Akashvani presents Morning News. Good morning, I'm Sunil Verma. The headlines. Prime Minister says cabinet approval of 3 multitracking projects will strengthen rail infrastructure, reduce logistic cost and create job opportunities for youth. Government announces launch of PM RAHAT Scheme for cashless treatment of up to 1,50,000 rupees for road accident victims. Railways to launch enhanced cleanliness in general coaches of long-distance trains. In Bangladesh, newly elected members of parliament and cabinet members to be sworn in on Tuesday. And in ICC Men's T20 Cricket World Cup, India to take on arch rivals Pakistan in a high-voltage clash at R Premadasa Stadium in Colombo this evening. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said that the cabinet approval for 3 multi-tracking projects covering various districts across Delhi, Haryana, Maharashtra and Karnataka will strengthen rail infrastructure, reduce logistic cost and create job opportunities for youth. A report.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi said the decision of widening National Highway 167 from Gudiballur to Mahbubnagar on the Hyderabad-Panaji economic corridor boost economic growth, create employment and further ease of living. Prime Minister Modi said the cabinet has approved a 4-lane access-controlled greenfield corridor between Gohpur and Numaligarh, including India's first underwater road-cum-rail tunnel under the Brahmaputra. He said this transformative project will enhance connectivity, reduce logistic cost and accelerate growth across Assam and the entire northeast. Mr. Modi said the cabinet has approved the extension corridor from Noida Sector 142 to Botanical Garden. He said this decision will add momentum to Noida's development journey. Congestion will be reduced significantly as well. With Dipendra, Adit Pratap Singh, Akashvani News, Delhi.
Government announces the launch of PM RAHAT, Road Accident Victim Hospitalization and Assured Treatment Scheme. Under the scheme, every eligible road accident victim on any category of road will be entitled to cashless treatment up to 1,50,000 rupees per victim for a period of 7 days from the date of accident. Road Transport and Highways Ministry said that the decision underscores the government's commitment to ensuring that no life is lost due to lack of immediate medical assistance after a road accident. The ministry said reimbursements to hospitals will be made through the Motor Vehicle Accident Fund. It said the launch of PM Rahat from Seva Tirth in New Delhi yesterday symbolizes a citizen-first approach where governance translates into timely action, compassionate response and protection of life. India records a significant number of road accident fatalities every year, many of which are preventable with timely medical intervention. Studies indicate that nearly 50% of road accident deaths can be averted if victims are admitted to hospital within the first hour. Union Home Minister Amit Shah will launch India's first central bank digital currency-based public distribution system at Mahatma Mandir in Gandhinagar today. This digital currency initiative by the Gujarat government aims to make the distribution of food grains more transparent and leak-proof. We have a report from our correspondent.
The launch makes Gujarat the first state in the country to use RBI-authorized digital tokens for public distribution. Under this pilot project, over 26,000 families in Ahmedabad, Surat, Anand and Valsad will receive digital tokens in their wallets to procure ration via QR codes or OTPs. Another major highlight of this event is the Annapurti Grain ATM in Ahmedabad, which can dispense up to 25 kilograms of grain in just 35 seconds. Furthermore, the Home Minister will also launch Suposhit Garudeshwar mission to tackle malnutrition in Narmada district. On the occasion, Memorandum of Understanding will be signed with Care Ratings and Consumer Education and Research Center to strengthen consumer protection and transparency in the state. Aparna Khund, Akashvani News, Gandhinagar.
Union Railways Minister Ashwini Vaishnav has announced that the general coaches of trains will now be cleaned at par with first-class coach. Addressing a press conference on railway reforms in New Delhi yesterday, Mr. Vaishnav said that initially 80 long-distance trains will be identified within 6 months for the enhanced cleaning initiative. He said dedicated staff will be deployed on these trains to ensure cleaning at intervals of 1 to 1.5 hours. Mr. Vaishnav added that continuous cleaning of toilets, garbage bins and cabins will be ensured. He added that linen distribution, collection, packing and cleaning, which were earlier handled by different firms, will now be managed by a single agency to ensure greater accountability and efficiency.
जो ट्रेन्स हमारी चलती है लॉन्ग डिस्टेंस स्पेशली उनका प्रॉपर एंड टू एंड क्लीनिंग हो सके.
In long distance trains, proper end-to-end cleaning will be ensured. At present, the mechanism is centralized and only the reserved coaches are cleaned. The general coaches are not cleaned by the departments. But under this reform, cleaning shall be carried out continuously from the train's origin to its destination.
ट्रेन के डेस्टिनेशन तक कंटिन्यूसली ट्रेन की क्लीनिंग हो.
Mr. Vaishnav said that a total of 124 Gati Shakti cargo terminals are being established within 3 years, covering 18 states and union territories. He said these terminals have enhanced multi-modal connectivity and reduced logistic cost across the country. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar said that the India-Middle East-Europe Economic Corridor, IMEC, is meant to ensure connectivity, logistics and trade. Speaking at the Munich Security Conference yesterday, Dr. Jaishankar stressed that reforms of the United Nations are urgently required to ensure it reflects contemporary geopolitical realities and remains effective in addressing today's global challenges. Talking about India's oil procurement, the minister said that oil companies in India, as in Europe and other parts of the world, look at availability, cost and risk and take the decision that they think is in the best interest. He underlined that the world is heading towards greater multipolarity and there will be many more independent or autonomous centers of decision-making.
Where the energy issues are concerned, oil companies in India, as in Europe, as probably in other parts of the world, look at availability, look at costs, look at risks, and take the decisions that they feel is in their best interest. So many things are changing, and so many of us are doing our calculations and recalculations.
This is Akashvani giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our X handle at AIR News Alerts. And for details of stories and more, log on to our website www.newsonair.gov.in and download News on AIR app. Newly elected members of Parliament and cabinet members are set to be sworn in on Tuesday, February the 17th, following the landslide victory of the Bangladesh Nationalist Party, BNP, in the 13th national election. More from our Dhaka correspondent.
BNP Chairman Tariq Rahman's press secretary Saleh Sibli said the MPs will take oath at 10 a.m. on Tuesday at the Jatiya Sansad Bhavan. Chief Election Commissioner A.M. Nasiruddin will administer the oath. Later in the afternoon at 4 p.m., President Muhammad Sahabuddin will swear in the new cabinet members at the South Plaza of Parliament. According to constitutional procedures, after the MPs are sworn in, the parliamentary party that commands a majority will hold a meeting to elect its leader. The elected leader will then meet the President to formally stake claims to form the government. The President will first administer the oath to the Prime Minister, followed by Ministers, State Ministers and Deputy Ministers. Naval Singh Parmar, Akashvani News, Dhaka.
The festival of Mahashivratri is being celebrated across the country today with deep devotion and spiritual fervour. Considered one of the most sacred occasions for devotees of Lord Shiva, the day is marked by fasting, special prayers and night-long worship at temples. Lakhs of devotees are taking a holy dip in various rivers and worshipping Lord Shiva in temples on the occasion of Mahashivratri in Uttar Pradesh. The administration has made elaborate arrangements for today's holy dip at Sangam, which will also mark the end of Magh Mela. A report.
Long queues of devotees can be seen at various Shiv temples across the state from early morning. Amidst the prayers of Lord Shiva, people are taking holy dip at Sangam, the confluence of river Ganga, Yamuna and Saraswati in Prayagraj. After the bath, devotees are offering prayers at different temples of Lord Shiva here. Special arrangements are in place at Shiv temples including famous Mankameshwar, Someshwar and Nagvasuki temples. The ongoing annual Magh Mela at Sangam in Prayagraj will come to an end with the last official bathing of Mahashivratri Mahashivratri today. Meanwhile, lakhs of devotees are expected to gather on famous Shiv temples across the state, including Kashi Vishwanath Temple in Varanasi, Gola Gokarnath in Khiri, Lodheshwar Mahadev in Barabanki, Jharkhandi Mahadev, Munjeshwarnath and Mukteshwarnath in Gorakhpur, Baba Augharnath in Meerut, Nageshwarnath in Ayodhya and Bateshwar Mahadev in Agra. On this occasion, processions of Shiv Barats will also be carried out in many cities. Sushil Chandra Tiwari, Akashvani News, Lucknow.
President Draupadi Murmu has extended heartfelt greetings to the countrymen on the auspicious occasion of Mahashivratri. In a social media post, the President prayed that the grace of Lord Shiva remains on all citizens and India continues to advance on the path of progress. India will take on arch rivals Pakistan in a high-voltage clash of the ICC Men's T20 Cricket World Cup 2026 at the R Premadasa Stadium, with both teams aiming to maintain their winning momentum. The game is scheduled to start at 7 p.m. Indian time. Both sides are at 4 points from 2 games each, with one more game scheduled after tonight's match. A report.
Riding high on a dominant 7-1 head-to-head record in T20 World Cups, India lock horns with Pakistan in their marquee clash at Colombo's R Premadasa Stadium today, brimming with confidence after back-to-back victories. Both sides are locked on 4 points each, setting the stage for a mouth-watering battle of form and firepower as cricket's most intense rivalry lights up the World Cup stage once again. Even with rain clouds hovering over Colombo, the mood among fans has been electric as thousands from across the globe have converged on the city hoping for a full-throttle spectacle. The build-up, however, has been anything but ordinary, with the contest having been briefly thrown into doubt after Pakistan announced a boycott, only to make a dramatic U-turn days before the match. Since confirmation, Colombo has witnessed a tourism boom, with hotel room rates at several 5-star properties soaring by nearly 300 to 400% and accommodations going completely sold out. Ahmed Moin Faruqi, Akashvani News, Colombo.
India women will take on Australia in the first T20 international cricket of the 3-match series in Sydney this afternoon. And now, for a look at today's newspapers, it's over to Saira Mushtaba.
Thank you, Sunil. The top news in the Asian Age highlights the decision of the centre in its cabinet meeting on Friday to clear 1 lakh crore rupees to push urban infrastructure and market-led growth. The statesman quotes Mr. Rahman as saying that Dhaka's foreign policy will be decided by the interests of the nation and its people and won't be country-specific. External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar has reiterated India's support for UNSC reform during a meeting with his G7 counterparts, writes the Pioneer. In its editorial piece titled Shared Symbols, the statesman argues that Vande Mataram is a layered cultural text, not merely a political or administrative directive. It notes that early republic leaders deliberately adopted an inclusive public version to preserve unity in a diverse nation. Reopening settled questions risks simplifying history and turning shared symbols into divisive tests of loyalty. The Economic Times has quoted Communications Minister Jyotiraditya Scindia as saying that India now accounts for half of all online transactions done globally. The Indian subcontinent's 2 great northern river systems, the Indus and the Ganga, are moving in opposite hydrological directions with important implications for the region, reveals a study reported in The Hindu. Annual Indus Basin water flows rose by 8% over past 4 decades, while the Ganga Basin saw a 17% decline. And finally, a large US study has found that people who regularly drink moderate amounts of caffeinated coffee or tea are less likely to develop dementia, reports the Times of India. And with that, it's back to you, Sunil.
Thank you, Saira. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister says cabinet approval of 3 multi-tracking projects will strengthen rail infrastructure, reduce logistic cost and create job opportunities for youth. Government announces launch of PM RAHAT Scheme for cashless treatment of up to 1,50,000 rupees for road accident victims. Railways to launch enhanced cleanliness in general coaches of long-distance trains. In Bangladesh, newly elected members of parliament and cabinet members to be sworn in on Tuesday. And in ICC Men's T20 Cricket World Cup, India to take on arch rivals Pakistan in a high-voltage clash at R Premadasa Stadium in Colombo this evening. For details of these stories and more, log on to our website www.newsonair.gov.in and News on AIR app. And with that, We end the morning news. Have a nice day.